Now, let's go ahead and dive into reconnaissance. Think of reconnaissance as the groundwork of pen testing. It's about collecting tons of information, and we're not just hacking yet, but we're gathering intelligence by using tools like Whois, NSLOOKUP, WhatWeb, Google Dorking, etc., etc. And dive into NetDiscover. So NetDiscover will be our first reconnaissance tool. We're going to start with this first, so that way we can identify our Windows 7 and our Metasploitable 2 machine. We don't have access to those machines, so we're not going to know the IP of the Windows 7 or the Metasploitable 2 machines, but we are all three machines are going to be in the NAT network configuration. So that way we can run NetDiscover to discover their IPs. That way we can do passive reconnaissance and then soon active reconnaissance against these two machines. Basically, you'd use NetDiscover during the mapping phase, trying to map all your different assets out. So let's go ahead and start with NetDiscover. I've used it before, but specify -R for range. But first, we'll need to know, what's our IP. So you'll run ifconfig on your Kali machine. Look at F0. You'll see 10.02.15. Now we need to find the subnet mask. So 255.255.255.0. We know that's a /24, so we can use that to specify inside our notation the /24 for the network range we need to scan. So NetDiscover and the range 10.02.15 /24. Now let's go ahead and see if we can capture these ARP requests. So it looks like we have these IPs. So 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, we're not interested in those. Now you may be asking yourself, now what is 2.17 and 2.18? So which is which? Because we both see PCS system, GmbH for both Mac vendor hostname for these two systems. So an easy trick that I like to use is, we know this is Windows 7, which is based off Windows, Microsoft Windows, and we know Metasploitable 2 is based off of Linux. So we'll just look at the TTL value. So we'll do we'll go ahead and do a ping 10.02.17. Looking at the TTL value 128, we know if it's a 128 TTL value, that is a Windows machine. And if it's a 64 value, if the value is 64, we know that's going to be Linux based. So we'll do ping 10.02.18, and we see the TTL value is 64. So now we know which system is which.